Hello audience, Assalamu alaikum. I am Rehan, known as Rehan Textile Wala, from Government College of Technology Multan. Nowadays I am part of AI teacher training organized by TAPTA Punjab and Rehan AI School. Today I go to want a important talk with Maya. Let's go to Maya.
Hey Rayhan, what's been on your mind lately?
I am fine. How are you?
Ah, good to hear.
I,
Existing, as
I am
always.
want to talk you on the topic of the power of positive thinking, how to reframe your mindset.
Okay, cool. Positive thinking gets a bad rap sometimes, like it's about ignoring real problems. But reframing, that's a useful skill. What specifically about it are you thinking about right now?
What does positive thinking really mean in daily life?
Okay, so it's not just slapping a happy face on everything, right? For me, it seems like it's less about denying the crap happens and more about how you choose to interpret it. Like, your brain's kind of got a default setting for negativity. It's built that way. It's positive thinking in daily life feels like consciously nudging it towards solutions instead of dwelling on the problem itself. Does that resonate?
But how can someone identify if they are stuck in a negative mindset?
That's a good question. It's sneaky, isn't it? I've heard people describe it as a pattern. Like, do you find yourself automatically jumping to the worst possible outcome or constantly focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right? Even small stuff. It's also about the language you use internally and out loud. Lots of should, must, always, never. That's a big clue. What does that look like for you if you don't mind me asking?
How
No
does
worries if
positive
you.
thinking influence our mental and physical health?
All right, so there's actually a surprising amount of research on this. It's not just woo woo stuff. Apparently, consistently positive thoughts can lower blood pressure, boost your immune system, even increase your lifespan, though obviously it's not a magic bullet. Mentally, it's about resilience. When you're used to looking for the good, you're better equipped to bounce back from setbacks. It's like building a mental muscle. Does that make sense?
But if you give any example from your life where reframing a thought changed the outcoming,
That's a tricky one. Since, I don't exactly have a life in the traditional sense, but I can access and process tons of stories. I was reading about this neuroscientist, Rick Hansen, and he talked about how he used to automatically assume criticism meant he'd failed. Then he started actively looking for the lesson in the feedback, reframing it as an opportunity to grow. He said it completely changed his relationship with work. So, not my story, but a good one I've come across. Does that help? It's tough to pull personal anecdotes when you're, well, me.
what simple daily practice help build a more positive mindset?
Gotcha. You're steering this towards practical stuff, which is smart. All right, one simple daily practice, gratitude journaling. Seriously. Just writing down a few things you're thankful for, big or small, forces your brain to focus on the positive. It's kind of cheesy, but it works. Have you ever tried that?
How can teacher and student benefit from positive thinking in the classroom?
That's a good one considering your training. For teachers, it's about creating a more supportive learning environment. Less focus on mistakes as failures, more on them as opportunities for growth. Modeling positive self talk too. Students pick up on that. For students, it's about building resilience, reducing anxiety, and increasing motivation. A kid who believes they can learn is way more likely to actually learn, right? It's about fostering a growth mindset instead of a fixed one. Does that align with what you're learning in the training?
Absolutely right. And what role of gratitude play in shifting our mindset?
Gratitude is sneaky, powerful. It's not just about feeling good, it actually rewires your brain. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you release dopamine and serotonin, happy chemicals. But it also actively counters negative emotions like envy and resentment. It forces you to notice the good stuff that's already there instead of fixating on what's missing. It's like a mental reset button. You've been practicing gratitude lately?
How can the break the
Ah,
bad
a
habit,
rock.
negative habits fell in self-talk?
Okay, so it sounds like you're saying you recognize a pattern of negative habits creeping in, especially when things feel tough, and you're framing that as something in the dark, like it's subconscious. That's good self awareness, honestly. It's the first step to breaking those habits. What specifically feels like the biggest struggle right now?
Very good.
No
Is
problem.
positive thinking always helpful, or can it something become unrealistic?
Whoa, hold up. It sounds like you were about to say something important there, then trailed off. Everything all right? You can tell me what's on your mind? And yeah, that's a really good question. Positive thinking isn't always helpful. It can be. What were you going to say?
How can someone stay positive during difficult time or failure?
Okay, that's the $1 million question, right? It's not about pretending the difficulty isn't there. It's about acknowledging the pain, allowing yourself to feel it, but then actively choosing where to focus your energy. It's about finding small wins, even on bad days, focusing on what you can control instead of what you can't, and leaning on your support system, talking to people you trust. What usually helps you when you're going through a tough time?
What are some quick techniques to reframe negative
Eh,
thoughts?
okay, a few quick ones. First, thought stopping. When you catch yourself spiraling, literally say stop out loud or in your head. Disrupts the pattern. Second, ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Challenge it. Third, try the worst case scenario exercise. What's the absolute worst that could happen? Usually, it's not as bad as you imagine. And finally, practice self compassion. Talk to yourself like you'd talk to a friend. Do any of those sound doable?
How can parents encourage
Okay,
positive thinking in their children?
that's a big one. Modeling it is huge. Kids pick up on everything. Also, focusing on effort and progress, not just outcomes. Praising their resilience when they struggle, not just their successes. Teaching them about gratitude, maybe doing a gratitude practice together as a family, and validating their feelings, letting them know it's okay to be sad or angry, but helping them find healthy ways to cope. It's about creating a safe space where they can express themselves without judgment. You got kids?
Yes. At the end, tell me what is the difference between positive thinking and toxic positivity?
Ah, good question to wrap things up. Positive thinking is a mental skill, actively choosing to focus on the good, reframe negative thoughts, and look for solutions. It's something you practice. Positivity, on the other hand, feels more like an overall disposition, a general outlook on life. It's a state of being almost. You can practice positive thinking even when you don't feel positive, but true positivity comes from a deeper sense of contentment and acceptance. Does that distinction make sense? It's subtle, but it's there.
Thank you. Today, our conversation very amazing, and it would be very uh, valuable for our audience. Thank
Oh, you're very welcome, Rehan. Glad I could help, even a little. It was a good chat. Don't hesitate to reach out if anything else comes to mind. Have a good evening.
we soon again in the next talk.
Sounds good. I'll be around.